There folks, welcome back to ESA Summer 2022. My name is TinyTim78 and I'm going to be running Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge, a real retro title here as Argic likes to call it. And I have the wonderful Viper, BVG13, and RoboSparkle,
hello,
who is going to be joining me on commentary. They're going to be doing the majority of the talking, you'll be glad to hear, because I'm going to be concentrating on driving. I'm not a very good driver at the best of times, I don't have my license, so that gives you a clue how this is going to go.
Also, fuel economy figures. What a job this is in day and age, huh?
Yeah, indeed. Right, okay, we're going to get started in a second. I will give the timer to start, and my friends here will explain what this game is about and how it works. So, time starts when I select the music track. So I'll be selecting track 3, so we'll get ready. There's track 3, and we're starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Finland, first track. I'll let the guys explain. I'll just concentrate for now.
So, Finland, yeah, driving, that's it. The end, done.
Yeah, have you ever driven in Finland?
Yeah, big up Finland. Also the home of Kimi Räikkönen, for those that are unaware. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Kimi Räikkönen is. If you don't, just look him up, he's great. Right, so 10 tracks altogether, that's right, isn't it, Tim?
Correct.
Finland being the first one. We go through several countries, including but not limited to, if I'm getting this right, Uruguay is one of
Yes,
them.
Uruguay.
Good old Scotland.
No, not in this difficulty.
Oh, no. Oh,
Thailand.
That's hard
Thailand,
mode.
there we go. I thought it was Scotland, never mind.
Thailand, USA,
Argentina,
Finland,
Japan.
What else we
You'll
got?
see them come up. They're actually not going to come up very much because we're using a very special modification on this that actually speeds up the load times. So, not really. It is legit. But the
It's called
is,
installing it to a hard drive.
Exactly. The problem is that it means the load times are so fast that you barely get to see the track names as you're going through.
Also, it reminds me a lot of, well, funnily enough, so I've played a little bit of this, mainly thanks to Tim. But in terms of like a modern remake of this, that would probably be more like Horizon Chase Turbo,
Correct.
right? Which you've also played too.
Yep. The composer for this is the same composer for Horizon Chase Turbo.
Oh, nice.
It was the same music. And the music in this game is absolutely fantastic.
Indeed. You gotta love that, was it 8-bit music?
16-bit,
16-bit, sorry.
16-bit.
Sorry, I know you're gonna be correcting me a lot. I don't know a lot about the Amiga, so I'm kind of like... I'm not from that time, as you can tell, you know.
Oh.
I'll ignore that.
Yeah. Well, this time is here and now.
Yes.
So if you're not from the here and now, when are you from?
I mean...
The past? The future?
The year I was born? I don't know.
Ah.
On that point then, Robo, could you explain a little bit about the Amiga, please?
Oh, yes.
This is just to fill me in background history.
Yeah. The Amiga began in 1960, 70, 80. No, it's a home computer essentially from the 80s. Although a lot of the main things it did was in the 90s. Sort of, kind of was the big thing that demonstrated that your office computer and your gaming computer could indeed be one of the same thing. Amazing for anybody who's got a laptop nowadays. But the Amiga kind of pioneered that. It had a huge catalogue of games, so many ports. A lot of it's quite easy to port over, comparatively speaking, when you consider that most dev teams were like, you could fit like 4 or 5 Amiga game dev teams in this room, and I'm talking AAA dev teams. So, you know, a lot of great games come on here. A lot of absolute shovelware came on this machine. There were also so many versions of the Amiga, all with different capabilities. The 500 was probably the basic, but they kind of go all the way up to the 2000, 3000, which are more akin to hard drive. So what Tim is playing on now is effectively an A1200, which I think was the lowest of the series, where you were able to install games, and that is the thing that, again, absolutely eliminates loading times rather than having to get everything off of 3.5-inch floppies.
It's funny as well because so someone that's actually been at this event this week, I've only briefly met him a little bit, somebody called Ruffle Bricks, who Tim knows very well. I bet he's like tearing in his grave at the moment, and I'm like, oh, it's not from my time.
Yeah,
he's like, ooh, looking at me. He's probably looking down on me, but oh well. But yeah, so altogether there was, I think, am I right saying there was 3 Lotus Esprit games altogether?
There was.
This being the first one, and released in 1990. It came out on several different consoles. I say consoles, well, yeah, platforms.
It was the Genesis version.
A few. Yeah, I was going to say, was there there's a ZX Spectrum version, wasn't there? But it's like, oh, we don't
speak about that. We don't speak about that. As much as I love the ZX Spectrum, for those who don't know, I'm primarily a ZX Spectrum speedrunner, which is even more retro than this. But unfortunately, the ZX Spectrum of this game runs at about 2 frames a second. And it's monochrome, and it's a thing. So no, even I don't have the patience for that, I'm afraid. I like my lovely 16-bit graphics.
And the music as well. I think you didn't sort of highlight it, but one of the hallmarks of Amiga games is just the amazing sound trip. So you do get some absolute crackers. The ironic advantage is a lot of games use the sound trip to such great effect that you basically have to disable sound effects to get the best music. This is not actually one of them, although the second game, you choose between them, don't you?
Well, you don't get in-game music in the second game. And one of the things that's interesting is there's a lack of channels. So what will sometimes happen, if you're listening to the music carefully, if I'm going around a corner and there's a sort of screeching sound as I'm braking or sliding, that will overwrite part of the music.
As if they didn't fit enough on, what was it, a cartridge back then? No?
It's the sound channels.
Sound channels.
Yeah, it's a hardware thing specifically.
So the funny thing is I can kind of like step in with a bit of knowledge of my own regarding like the cars and stuff. So the Lotus Esprit itself, the V8 one I believe this is, released back in, what was it, like the late 80s, early 90s, was quite a popular car. Did quite well, sold quite well. It's even seen as a classic. Even James May, I'm sure a lot of people know who he is from Top Gear, rated it as one of his greatest cars. Not the greatest, because that goes to the Dacia Sandero.
It also appeared in a James Bond film. I'm not sure which one.
I was going to say For Your Eyes Only, but
I want to say, I think it's For Your Eyes Only, because that was the one that turned into a submersible.
Yes.
Fuel.
Wasn't that an E2 though? Esprit E2?
The
white one. You talking about the white one that went underwater?
The white one.
Yeah.
I think it was that one, yeah. It might have been E2, I'm not sure. Also, if we got any donations, by the way, feel free to go right ahead.
Darkstar donated $10. Hey Tiny Tim, nice to see you on stream again, and playing one of my favorite Amiga games. Greetings from Germany.
Thank you so much.
Got any more?
Arunsuto donated $25. An Amiga speedrun? Y-E-E-A-A-A-A-H. Let's go.
Thank you so much.
So might as well let the last one rip if there's any more.
Yeah.
You got any more? Have we got any more? Have we? No.
Okay.
Right, so that's 2 races down. We've got 2 down. So it's, you get 20 points for the win, I believe, isn't it?
You do, yeah.
It goes down to 10th place. If you don't finish any higher than 10th, you don't qualify for the next race. So the whole point of what Tim's really trying to do, obviously winning the races is faster than finishing 10th, but if that fails, then as long as he finishes in the top 10, he's fine to go through. See that as like the bare minimum. So yeah.
If in the very unlikely event, hopefully, not tempting fate here, that I do fail to qualify, that is it. That's generally run over. So I do have backup plans if that happens, but let's fingers crossed it doesn't. That's why I'm trying to concentrate. And so, do you want to talk about
what's on the screen?
Yeah, the interface and the fuel as well, primarily.
Yeah. So at the top left corner of the screen, I know there's a split screen, but you'll have to bear with me. So the top left corner of the screen, you can see a bar going on the top. Now, every time a section of that is filled, that's basically Tim doing 1 lap. Obviously, it fills up as the laps go down. Obviously, top right, you have what gear, the miles an hour, the RPM of the car, and fuel. Now, fuel plays a very crucial part, especially in the medium and harder races. So the AI, being the AI and being like most video games, cheats. It doesn't have any stops for fuel whatsoever, whereas Tim has to stop some tracks, not all tracks, but on some. The way he does this, or the way I've seen him do it, is normally you're supposed to pull into the pit lane and just come to a complete stop, and then you slowly wait for it to go up, and then you go. Whilst this is going on, the AI doesn't stop and it keeps going. However, you can actually speed the fuel thing up slightly. By that I mean going into the pit stop menu, well, pit stop thing sooner, by crashing. Yeah, crashing actually makes you stop. You also you've probably seen at the end of the first, maybe not second race, is that when Tim also beats the race, he tries to crash. That's to basically speed things up a little bit. So basically it stops, car, sooner gets through the menus and so on. That sort of thing. Yeah.
It's not that unusual in racing games. I think the most prominent example is probably F-Zero. F-Zero X and F-Zero GX also have that where, yeah, if you blow up the car as you finish, then you just don't have to wait for it to to finish necessarily.
I mean, why have a ship in the start with, right? Just blow it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't need it.
Just get a new one.
You just get a new one. It just appears like by magic. Also, it's kind of ironic. So even though Tim's filling up with fuel, that in this day and age, he's lucky that it don't cost him a penny.
Yeah.
So it's basically, what was it we said before? Like fuel is time.
It costs time.
If only it cost time in real life, I think I'd be like, can I get like a full tank of gas for half an hour?
Yeah.
Like,
it'd take a lot longer than half an hour to fill that tank, mate.
Oh god,
yeah. We're looking at least 6 years.
Yeah, at least 6 years.
Today's price. You've seen the inflation.
There's actually, I gotta say, it's not stopping anytime soon. There's actually a funny thing where there's a film called In Time where everything's based on that. Just like filling a car up, buying a car, just living costs time. I'm like, that's accurate. It's a bit of a weird film. It's got Justin Timberlake in it, pretty sure everyone knows who he is.
Can somebody explain what that beeping means?
Yeah, so the beeping, he's low on fuel. As if your car wasn't scary enough when it's like, you don't need fuel. If it actually shouted, good grief.
Fuel!
That's it.
Fuel!
Fuel!
Fuel! Fuel! Fuel!
I nearly overshot the pit lane there.
There we go. So this is the screen that he gets. Obviously, like I said, and he's out again. But if he crashes, he gets in that screen sooner and it's able to fill up faster. There is actually a few races, I believe when we were playing this through before, there is actually a few races where, if you're very lucky, you can make it the whole race without stopping. Some of the ones that he doesn't stop for have like a tiny bit of fuel. There's one in particular, I don't know which race it is, so you might have to help me out here. But there's one in particular where he has no fuel, like the very minimum. Like it shouldn't say out of fuel as he gets to the end.
Yeah, you can actually do it. You can run out of fuel before the finish line and your car starts slowing down, and as long as you cross the finish line before you run out of fuel, before you come to a stop, you actually pass the race. And I've done that on a couple of occasions, so let's hope that doesn't happen.
Nice.
So a great shout out to your competitors. You couldn't see it, but one of them was Michael Carburettor.
Also, I've just realised something. It just said, right, your location, it's Uruguay, it said location Mercedes. Sorry, what?
Yeah, Mercedes
when
Uruguay.
was Mercedes in Uruguay?
Yeah.
Did the Germans just nick that for the car manufacturer?
This place is fantastic. This game is fantastic for learning place names. For example, the Scottish track.
Is there somewhere called Rosberg as well? Or
no.
Schumacher?
No.
Am I missing something here?
There is, however, and this is for the Scots in the audience, there is a track, the Scottish track is at a place called Ranach Moor near Crenlarach. Which you obviously don't know where it is. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. It's very Scottish.
How do you spell it?
he doesn't.
It spells itself.
You've got... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we've got any donations, go for it.
Robo Sparkle donated $5. This is Big Neej, gotta drive fast.
Thank you so much, my friend.
AZ donated $5. Surprise Tim run. It's good to see you get a run into ESA and on a classic computer as well. Good luck on the run.
Thank you so much, Bazzy. Cheers, my friend.
Good old Pazzy.
Balwar donated $10. Classic runs from a classic runner. Best of luck with the run, Tim. I know you're going to crush it.
Thank you so much, Maglaw. Really appreciate it.
Cyberworm donated $10. Nice to see a run of Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge, though I'm more familiar with the sequel, which has one of the best main themes ever.
But is that debatable, or would you say?
I know somebody was going to bring that up. Robo, if you want to fill in on that.
It has a brilliant main theme, and it is really good. I well recommend a listen. You just can't play it during the gameplay, unlike the cracking music here. So, you know, it's definitely up there as far as Amiga themes are concerned. You just kind of have to leave it at the title screen.
Oh, come on.
Also, I get very, like, synthwave vibes from this a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's like the nature of when it was around as well.
Well, it's very similar, again, in style and feel to Road Rash.
I was going to say, this was on the same lines as like Outrun and things, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because it was of that behind-the-car perspective, like you couldn't see too much until it came up. It was all obstacles on the road. It's surprising at how much it's been copied in like the last, 40 years? I mean, I don't know what the first game was that used such a thing. Maybe it was Outrun, I don't know. That's probably debatable. But still, it's surprising. I mean, if we go into like the future, the present, with Horizon Chase Turbo, like you comparing that to this, Tim, what would you say about that? What would your?
It's very similar, actually. In a lot of ways, it's very, very similar. Now, notice my fuel here. Yeah, we're beeping, but the good news is we're not gonna run out. At least I hope we're not gonna run out.
You might have just jinxed this.
I bet not. I don't think I've ever run out on this one. I know Spain
That's
is a bad
amazing.
track for
You
it,
know how
but-
you do this? You beat it faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I might be a bit close. Oh dear, oh dear. This is
I hope
gonna
he's
be
got
close.
insurance.
Yeah, well, this Lotus is non-stick. There we go.
Yay.
Right, okay.
Nice.
Woo! Thank you, folks. Let's keep going. That was fun. Right,
Well done,
Morocco. This
Morocco.
one is actually quite nasty. It's a twisty, turny course without any obstacles, but the corners are enough of an obstacle in of themselves. So I'll shut up and let you talk.
I mean, just as a quick question. I mean, well, I know you're driving, Tim, but I do apologise. If there was a I can't say this, can I? If there was a remaster of this game, so to speak, would you still buy it? I presume so.
Probably, but it would look very similar to Horizon Chase Turbo. It would be very, very similar.
Yeah,
Good point.
it-
Yeah,
it-
that's a good
possibly
point.
similar.
That's a good point.
Because the thing is, I mean, I wouldn't say that the likes of Forza, copied this and such. But what I think they did do really, really well is kind of grab the feel of it, where you're just kind of driving forever in an endless country, but it's also a race. And
It's funny, it's funny you mentioned this. I was speaking to the developers at for Chenzo Club, and one of the developers, I think it's Dominic, was saying about he'd like to do a driving game, a racing game. It was all about the drifting, but it didn't have like a realistic feel to it. It had like an easy to pick up and play, and all the sound effects were off Initial D, where they're all saying like screech, in the bubbles and everything. I was like, this sounds like a really good idea. That's not Initial D, but I was like at the same time thinking, yeah, you could get in some trouble for that. It'd be pretty cool. I mean, despite how much like the racing game scene has changed in like the last 20, 30 years, definitely. It's mad to think of how we came from this to like the 3D era and so
Yes.
on, the late 90s, especially with the PlayStation and 64.
This is very much a traditional style of game, but as I say, I grew up with this game, and I have got a lot of nostalgia for it. But I have been playing this game for 30 years, so I mean,
Yeah.
you do develop a little bit of a connection to something when you're doing it that long. But
Also, there was a part before where me and him were just playing this through 2-player, and I kept getting in his way and everything at times, but he just thrashed me. And I'm not going to lie about that. Like, this is 30 years versus like 5 minutes. It's He's pretty good at this, to be fair. You get really good at it. I mean, then again, after 30 years experience, I should hope.
yeah, I probably hope so. Yeah,
I hope it's
yeah.
good for something all that age.
Yeah. Yeah, eventually you make it up to hard mode.
Well, hard mode
No,
on
that
this
is-
game is something else.
I say that facetiously. Hard mode is not consistent, no matter how good you are at it. When you say something like 1 or 2 of the courses are literally impossible to win if you win the previous course.
Yeah, there's one course which is I'm going to watch my fuel here.
Yeah,
One
fuel.
course which is Wales. The way it works is if you win a race, you start the next race in the first place. So if you win a race, you start last. In Wales, if you start last by winning the previous race, it's a 3-lap sprint race. So you cannot get from 20th to 1st in 3 laps. Unless
Right.
you do it basically perfectly. And I've never been able to do it perfectly. I don't even think it's possible to do it. I don't know if a task could do it, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, a task can do anything, right?
Well, we'll see. It's a
except play
challenge
Amiga
for-
games.
That's a challenge for Taskbot, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
but-
TaskBot can help us out on this one.
But no, it's... Yeah.
Like, TaskBot, run this, just beats it in 5 minutes. There you go, yeah, done.
Okay.
Maybe glitch, but oh well. Never
Oh,
mind.
have to get through that one in one piece. Right. How
Right.
we doing?
Pretty
Made
good.
it. Shall we do some donations?
Aye, let's go.
Nico with AC donated $5. I want to hear the Scottish track name spelled out smile.
I mean, what was it again?
Yeah, Cren Larach.
I
I don't know.
how to spell that.
I can spell it. Ranach Mor, actually. There you go. Ranach Mor near Cren Larach. Cren Larach is Crainain.
Oh, so this is turned
LICH?
episode spelling bee, didn't it?
Yeah. More donations?
Yeah.
Themo donated
We'll come back to
$5. Happy to see a Tiny Tim run. Good luck, Tim. Less than 3.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to concentrate here.
Dread Jester donated $10. I have good and bad memories of home computer racing games, but overall good memories of this one. Have a great time running this.
Thank you so much.
Also, Roadworks.
Arunsuto donated $25. That worked well. Have another one. YEEEAAAH. Let's go. Also bring in more Amiga and C64 runs. Pretty please less than 3.
Nice.
Thank you so much for all the amazing support, folks. All these
Big
amazing
the
donations.
Dave donated $5. R-A-N-N-O circa H-M-O-O-R Rannick Moore.
If you ever get lost and you need to know how to
Thank
spell
you,
something, just
Dave.
ask the audience.
Yeah,
They'll do
yeah.
it for you.
I was trying to look it up to specifically do that donation, but no, someone got us covered.
Oh,
Yeah, all
one of-
good stuff.
Exonerous donated
Oh.
$10. Love the sprites. Love the music. Love the 3 people on camera less than 3.
Thank you, Zonorez.
Cheers.
I just want to mention this before we finish this race, because we just about finished it actually already. This is Germany, and there's lots of barriers in the road and lots of water in the road, and it's actually quite a tough race, this one. When I was first playing this game when I was a lot younger, this was the one I consistently failed on. I imagine if you were practicing this, Viper, this would be the first roadblock, literally.
Oh, yeah.
This one is
Nice
quite
pun,
tough.
by the way.
Yeah, this one's quite tough.
I mean, everyone hates roadworks, right? Well, I think that's something anybody can agree on. Like, roadworks suck.
Yeah.
And in a video game as well, where it's about to come out, it's like comes at you at 120 miles an hour. It's like, yeah, this is fine. I mean, thank God there's not damage in this.
No, I was gonna
The amount
say.
of cars that
Very
you see,
expensive.
imagine.
Yeah.
That's one expensive Lotus. I mean, even then, back then, it was a bloody expensive
Oh,
car.
dear.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's funny how like I said, through the years as well with racing games, how far they've come. I mean, cars have done no different. They've always obviously evolved as well. The thing is, though, I have fears now with racing games going forward. Is now they're all going to be electric. I mean, 'cause obviously the
Electric
industry
races.
is going. You know, that's what I mean. But like, you obviously got electric go-karts and things like that, and it's like, video games going to be electric. It's like, give me I don't know, Super Impreza. I mean, I already have a Super Impreza, but give me, give me a Mitsubishi or something, or a Skyline any day of the week.
Yeah, can you imagine a video game filled with electric go-karts?
I mean,
It just wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
Not
it
in my
just wouldn't
lifetime,
happen.
mate.
it's funny how many games that have like weapons and things too. See, that's the other thing. It's like with the racing genre, you think, okay, typical point A to point B or circuit race or something like that. But then you also have the other side of the spectrum where you've got like twisted metal, things like that, where you've got cars with guns, so it somehow makes it better. It's like Call of Duty mixed with cars. And, okay, it's not exactly like that, but you get the idea.
Oh, got a crash! Got a
got
crash!
me.
Oh no!
No, it's final
Too
lap.
early!
Final lap.
Fuel,
Too
fuel,
early!
fuel,
Fuel, fuel, fuel,
Alright,
fuel,
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 fuel.
fuel! Oh god!
Alright,
So that's what the crashing looks like. So you guys are ready for it when
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
happen.
Oh, that was nearly a big screw up. Well done,
It's like-
thank you.
It's just like in before he misses it on the actual finish.
Yeah, please,
Yeah.
please do. That's why I've got help. I'm not
Also-
allowed to go out alone.
Nice. Also, if we got any donations, feel free to go right ahead.
Benningle 666 donated $5. Don't forget Brad, it's Knockhill this weekend.
Yeah, I got it, Ben. Yeah, he's actually doing me a favour. Thanks, Ben. So that's a friend of mine, believe it or not. He's he must have seen. Yeah, hi. He's he's doing me and him do a British touring car thing every week. So he's just reminding me like, oh yeah, don't forget Scotland's this weekend. Got to have in real life racing. Who would have thought?
What's the course in Scotland?
Knockhill.
Okay.
I actually went there. So fun fact. I don't know if can I say
Yeah,
it?
you can
I
say
should
it.
be
Yeah,
okay.
if it's a fun fact, you
So,
better bring it out.
I say fun fact, but yeah, I was there a couple of weeks ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I was at. Oh, okay, thank God. Thought something drastic just happened then. Yeah, I was at Knockhill a couple of weeks ago actually, and I actually got to meet Colin McRae's family, which is really, really good. I even got him to sign my copy of Colin McRae Rally 1, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Nice.
So I must have now the most expensive copy in the world. One of them, at least. Not every day you get to meet those guys, but I'm trying to think. Lotus, I always think, well, when you say Lotus, you usually think Colin Chapman, I would have thought, right? Jim Clark, Colin Chapman, that sort of thing. So even people that don't know F1 or anything like that, I'm pretty sure the name Colin Chapman is quite synonymous with Lotus, especially with how he dealt with them in the 60s for F1. To kind of go into Lotus a little bit, so they participated in F1 for quite a fair few years. I don't know exactly how many, but they were kind of in and out of F1. I think at the moment they're not in F1, but they had the team up until
A couple of years ago.
15, I want to
Yeah,
say,
a
and
few
then
years
Renault
ago.
took over them. But yeah, at one point it was a nice little shenanigans. If I'm okay to mention this. So in F1 in 2010, again, this is kind of related to the whole Lotus team, so it's fine. Is that back in 2010 there was two teams on the grid called Lotus, and one was Team Lotus and one was Lotus F1 team. It was like, so which one was the real one? Well, the Team Lotus actually wasn't the real one. It was I think it was like an investor from Malaysia who somehow managed to gain the rights to use the word Lotus on his team. I don't know how, but he did. I mean, they ended up turning into Caterham a few years later. Yeah, they had. So imagine this for a second. So you're watching F1 race in F1 in 2010, and you've got, oh, there's a Lotus overtaking another Lotus, and you think, oh, okay, it's teammates. No, it's two different teams. How confusing would that have been?
Oh, a cactus.
Pretty confusing.
That was spiky.
It's basically like Lotus compete against itself. It was very strange. Very weird times. I mean, thank God F1 doesn't really do it as much anymore, but yeah. Also, where are we again?
This is Ecuador. I'll talk about this course.
I was going to say, Tim, watch out for the sharp turns.
Yeah, sharp turns. Yeah, very nasty. I got the point there.
Okay.
But basically, this is Ecuador. It's a very tricky track, actually. It's interesting. These tracks, I like to talk about them, right? I think I'm good on fuel. I hope I'm good on fuel there. Normally, you only get fuel a lap before the end, but sometimes you have to go in 2 laps before the end, so you've got to be a bit careful. And I can see in the corner of my eye there, we may have more donations if we go ahead with those.
Yeah, there's one more.
Demon Hill donated $5. Give my regards to Ayrton Sendup.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we got another one. I think we got
No,
another
that's the same one.
The same one, okay.
Oh, you really need the fuel. Fuel.
Oh, God. Thank you. I nearly missed it. See, that's why
God,
I thought
this
I
is-
out to load. That's why I need co-driver.
We're supposed to be his co-driver. It's like, pivot, oops.
Yeah. Well, we can't really do the rally thing. Because, I mean, we could do the rally driver thing, but we don't have the map in front of us, so...
Yeah, no.
I know,
Jump right, jump left, come
I was going to say, we
right.
should just have a
Watch
map
out for
going.
that cactus!
Should just have like a map going, do you know where he's going? Because I don't. Like,
Hang on, let me fire up the GPS in the 1990s.
In the 1990s, I was going to say.
back then, God.
Right,
Took forever.
we're just about done with this one. Let me try for the crash.
Oh!
We got the crash. I just wrote off 20,000 Lotus. Never mind. Right, here we go. Argentina. We'll get towards the end. This is where it starts to get really tricky. So I'll let you talk about this one. There's something very specific on this course I want you to look out for.
Okay.
So it's
Should we see if the audience can
see
get
if
it
the audience
first?
can get it.
Oh, yeah. We won't say anything. Audience, there's something not quite all together towards with this track.
One of these things just
Not
doesn't
like
belong
the
here.
others.
Watch very carefully.
I don't
See
know
if
why
you
I'm
can
looking at
spot
that.
it.
It's right there.
Yeah.
It's towards the end of the lap, so
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's coming
big
up.
hints.
Is it a guy just stood there? I wonder.
no. Did anybody see it?
No.
That's all right.
We've got more laps, you've got more laps to see it.
Yeah, they've got a few more,
Okay, okay.
chances. It's a fun game, this, isn't it? Also, Lotus is a good game.
Right.
Yeah, we've got to play it over. Obviously, Tim's playing a good game.
We've invented our
need to
game
go
within a
back there.
game. No. We've got our observers game as well.
Try not to crash this time. Here
I'm
it
going
comes
to have
again.
a guess, but okay.
Oh,
Alright,
I keep
did anyone
crashing
see it?
into them.
What, the Lotus on the side?
Huh?
No?
Nope.
Ooh.
No, try again.
Is it in the hillside? This is like
It's
you're getting
not.
the hang
It's
on
not the
this, isn't
pine
it?
trees. I think someone said in the audience.
It's very close to the course. Pretty much on the course. So
Oh, okay,
look at the
okay.
course
Oh,
closely.
Paulus has got it. Paulus has got
Wait,
it.
wait,
Paulus has
don't
got
say,
it.
don't say. I want to see if we can get it. Wait, how close are we?
You went past it there.
Was it the signs going the wrong way?
The sign.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Well done. Shout out to
remember-
Paulus.
I
Don't
remember
get
you
that
Well done,
first.
Paulus there.
Yeah, give Paulus the points for that one. You get brownie points, well done.
Yeah. How many brownie points should we give him?
1.
One.
I mean, you get 1 for every correct answer, right?
Yeah. Sure.
How many brownie points is it for a redemption on the ESA? That's all.
I think you need 20 to claim a cup of tea.
We give him 10 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have half a cup of
Make it
tea.
easy, half a cup of tea.
Yeah.
When
Make
we,
sure
say when we say half a cup of tea, I mean literally half a cup.
Yeah.
Not actually, that was in cup in half with tea.
Yeah. The top half specifically.
Yeah.
You can't have the bottom of the
You
cup.
can't have the bottom of the cup.
No.
I was going to say, I nearly fell for the bend there. I was going to say that this track, when I first started playing this game, is a nightmare. I always went off at that blinking bend, purely because this race is incredibly fast. You may have noticed. The enemy cars do not hang about. This is back markers here, and I'm still struggling to overtake them. And I need fuel.
I was going to say, these guys would give Batman a run for his money that quick.
Yep. This is...
It's like, Lotus.
Here we go. Right, and try. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. I was trying for the crash there, but I missed it.
Nah, close
That's fine.
enough.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. We've only got 2 tracks left after this, and it's 2 of the hardest tracks in the game in the difficulty.
Dun, dun, dun.
USA and Japan.
Why is it always Japan?
And they are both different in different ways. They've both got obstacles on them.
I say that. I say, why is it always Japan? But the UK is no better.
No.
Like any racing game, the UK is always bad. I don't know why. It's like video games just hate the UK.
Well,
It's like, yeah, you think you're doing good. Yeah. You think you're really doing really good. You think you're good. Wait till you get to the UK, it will screw you.
It will.
Every time.
time for donation here.
Yeah. Think so.
Nardico donated $15. A Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge run by Tiny Tim on ESA Stream 2. Can't miss that. Good luck, and it's good to see the biggest smile on ESA live on stream.
Thank you so much, Nardico. Really appreciate it. Right, I'm going to talk very quickly about this track, and then I'm going to concentrate on it. This is the USA, and they've left lots of rocks and lots of water in the road. And this is a bit of a beast. It's really tricky. The cars are not particularly slow either, and it's just, yeah. It's knowing where the things are. Track memorization is one of the keys about this game, really. Oh, and that's not going to help.
I was going to say, now I can tell we're in America because it has big trucks everywhere.
Yeah.
Blast. Right,
Big
well,
truck,
that's
big
a
rocks.
really terrible start, so let's just see.
See, which part of the US is this from?
Oh, it
Oh,
did
yeah,
say. I
so
think
did
it's
that.
Phoenix, maybe. I don't know. It did say.
Did anybody see it? I didn't. No.
I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention.
It's just US. It's all the same.
It's somewhere in the US.
Yeah.
We'll get there eventually. Could take a good hour, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
and
I really
that's
hope it
a
doesn't.
really suspicious. What's the
Oh, we
word?
just got, what was it, car? I can't see
Car
that.
service, it says.
Car service something.
Yeah.
There's something underneath it, but can't read it. Car service something. I don't know. Somebody's car service.
Oh, and what happens if you get bumped on the hill? You go really, really slow. Look, I'm not gaining any speed at all here, and this is not looking good.
We believe in you, Tim.
Well,
we
this
believe
is
in
the
you.
race that I knew.
Believe harder.
I knew that this was the race was going to be a problem. Yeah.
Nah, don't worry
I did
about
it
Don't worry
perfect in
about
practice, though, of course.
I think we've got time for a donation.
I think we do, yeah.
I'm just going to shut up because I've got to concentrate
Yeah,
now.
go. Yeah, you do. It.
RMK donated $5. This is so much fun to watch. Great game, great runner, and great commentators. Good luck on run.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the support, everyone. Thank you for all those amazing donations to Save the Children. Absolutely amazing. I'm so gobsmacked by how much support. Thank you so, so much. I just love having fun, and I love playing these games. And thank you so much, everyone. It's really... Oh, missed it. Good.
Nice.
Was I?
I'm hacking on
Yeah,
my
yeah,
fingernails.
Okay, so you know what would be good? Doing that, going around cars like...
Yeah, we should be actually.
Wait.
Oh, okay,
Is it
something's coming up, okay.
Oh, okay, no, that's that way, innit? Momentum's that way.
Yeah. Oh, is
That's
it?
it. Yeah, I was still in the wrong way.
Oh, the camera.
Ready?
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, we're over hill.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. And...
Breathing hard here.
Right.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, side,
Come on.
well, is it left or right?
Yeah,
Right, okay, that way. Woo. And left.
Oh.
Ugh.
What the hell's going on? I don't know, but he's overtaking cars. Dad's gone mental.
Right, come on. There we go.
Dad, slow down.
This is looking better.
When Dad says we'll be there in a minute.
I
Yeah.
need to watch the fuel on this one, though.
It's like that meme, isn't it? It was like when you say you can beat Google Maps by 5 minutes, I am speed. Like, woo!
Now, don't hit me, please. Oh, look at
Ooh.
that.
Nice.
He's going to go past me, though.
It's alright.
There he goes.
Oh.
Okay. Bloody
Because I got stuck on the hill, I hit the water,
Alright.
and that
Still
slowed
going.
me down. So
It's in
I've
your
got to make
sights,
sure I
Tim.
don't hit
Yeah.
the rock here. There we go. There's the fuel. So let's
Beeping
just
again.
get him out my way. Thank you. Right.
So it's just.
I feel like we're on an episode of ER with that beep. It's like, no, we've lost him. Oops.
Right, I really need to concentrate on this bit. Oh!
You've
That's
got to
not so
hurry up,
good.
man.
Come
Yeah,
on.
so
right,
fuel.
any fuel?
Sorry.
Yeah, fuel.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, below it.
And
Now,
fuel.
This is. Yes.
Splash and dash.
Ready?
Here we go.
Splash and dash.
Here we
Go,
go.
go, go.
Come on.
Yes.
Right,
Go, Tim.
okay.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm okay.
Reminder: top 10 finishers.
Yeah, well, remember, I need to finish in the top 10. I don't care if I don't win.
Yeah.
As long as I finish in the top 10, I'm good.
Yeah, but if he doesn't win, we get a better position for the next race.
Yes,
it's
correct.
It's all position manipulation.
actually
It's all
help.
tactical play.
Yeah. It's entirely
It's
intentional.
like the one time where actually losing a game is better than winning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, if Wales was the next track, you'd be quitting.
Yeah, the Welsh track is fun. But somebody mentioned difficulties earlier on. I want to point out that England is in the easy difficulty. Scotland and Wales are in the hard difficulty.
Yeah! Everything I said about manipulating a better position was rubbish, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Japan. Final showdown.
Literally.
Let's
Go!
hope I
Yes.
can at least qualify on this.
This is the last one, right?
This is the last one.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
This is the one-
kind of hoping I don't screw it up. Let's just, fingers crossed, I'm going to concentrate. Folks, we've got donation again.
No
I think.
worries. Yeah, go for it. Donation, please.
HUD601 donated $5. What's this I see? Tiny Tim speedrunning on ESA. So proud of you, buddy, and seeing how far you've come in your speedrunning journey. Keep it up. Bruise on me in September less than 3.
Thank you so much, Huds. Amazing person, Huds601. Very good Sonic speedrunner, very good friend, and has been very supportive. Now, what's happened there is I hit the oil. There's actually oil on the track. You couldn't see it, but I did hit it. It's very difficult to see because of the colour of the track. I'm going to concentrate.
Yeah. So these last races especially, just all about kind of really memorising where the obstacles are, and kind of hoping that the AI cars don't get in the way, because they're not really AI as such, but they sort of just have a specific movement pattern that they go through, and so you just kind of got to a certain extent, hope that it doesn't coincide with you trying to dodge an obstacle.
Yeah. Or they get in your way. They deliberately get in your way. That's the hardest bit about running this game is the enemy cars, because they do slow you down significantly if you hit them, and it's avoiding them is the difference to getting a good result, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a game like this, it's usually quite random wherever you'll catch the AI and where you'll be able to pass them, what side they'll be on.
Yeah. I think the challenge is, like, if they're actively trying to hinder you, that'll be one thing to work with, but because their movement is basically random. I mean, to a certain extent, the individual AI cars are fixed, but you don't know what it's fixed to. So there's not really a good way to plan around it.
Is there a horn button in this game? Just tell them get out of the way, get out of the way, speed running, move.
No,
I know it's the Amiga, you get one button.
I think
on the Amiga.
that'd be a bit too easy, wouldn't it?
They're in a race, so let them off.
They say that, but what are they racing from? They're like going, oh, it's the guy in the red car again. I saw him last week, he killed Eddie.
Oh, come on.
And that's the lesson, kids. Sometimes it pays to be different.
Gotta be like the cool kids.
Don't be a generic white AI car. Be a Lotus Esprit.
Red.
Yeah, red Lotus Esprit specifically.
Bottoms. Let myself get distracted there.
So they always say like don't do drugs. It's like don't do speed, as in miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right. I'm really having to concentrate here, folks. I'm sorry.
Don't apologise.
Okay, come on. We can do
Come on,
this.
Tim, you can do
we
it.
can do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Do it.
You got
Crowd's behind you, literally. I mean, they're literally sat right there.
Yeah.
I like the fact I even donated. I think during the what was the run? Donated like during one of the early runs. I was like, oh, Ben's run. I was like, yeah, you know the crowds. We're all behind you, Ben. Literally, we're sat right behind you.
Yeah.
We can hear you breathing, dude.
Always staring.
We're all staring at the back of his head.
Yeah.
Oh, stop. Close enough.
Now, what I'm going to do here is get enough to last me to the end.
We're gonna gamble.
But
We're
the
gonna
problem
gamble.
is, I've now places back to get up to 10th, 14th, well, 10th, 4 places, 5 places
Five
now.
places.
So this is where it really becomes tough. As long as I get 10th, I'm good. And even if I don't, it's still going to be the end of the run.
Yeah.
But it would be really, really good. Yeah, look.
Try your best. That's all you can
Yeah,
do.
no
Try your
chance.
best. Come on, you can do it.
No chance.
Wow. It's all right. You got this.
See? Got it. Two. Go on, Tim. Literally. Well, we've got your donations. Feel free to go ahead, by the way.
Captain Falcon donated $10.
Hey.
This is absolutely epic. Great job, guys.
Thanks, Cap.
Nice. We'll try and do you proud, Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm botching this badly. Sorry, folks.
Wait, where's Rick? He says Captain Falcon, Easter episode. Where's Rick? I forget what he's called, Rick something. Somebody can correct me if I don't know what the last name is for him, but he's in it somewhere. And what's it called? Jody Summon. Oh, they're all in there somewhere. They're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
They're all like trying to get the donations in, like.
Yeah, well, they better hurry up, because the race is almost over.
Yeah, no.
They're coming from a different
doesn't
millennium.
matter. Yeah, whatever place you can get is fine. You've won all the other races.
I have.
Exactly, yeah. We're still
Yeah,
proud
yeah,
of you,
I'm
Tim.
really
We're
annoyed,
still
though, that
proud of
I
you.
botched it on the last race. That's just so annoying.
It's the end of
It was
the
going
race.
really well.
I
It was
mean,
going fantastically well.
I mean, you can see how challenging it is, though. Like, again, with the AI cars going all over the place, random oil spills. Oh, and by the way, the AI cars are not affected by any of the obstacles
No.
or a need for fuel. or physics in general.
That's disappointing.
In case
that's
in
disappointing.
case anybody was looking at trying, probably start with the easy.
Yeah.
Don't try this one first. I think that's fairly obvious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is presumably why Nintendo invented rubber banding.
Mario Kart, looking at
There
you.
you go,
over.
time! Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh well.
Where did you finish in the end?
Yeah.
Just
What's
get
your
that
points?
I won't. I don't finish.
Okay, but yeah, you won like how many races? 180.
180. 180!
Hey.
What a very British score.
Can I say a massive thank you to everybody who donated? I think there's another
Hey,
donation.
first!
He still wins.
First!
Yeah.
It was intentional. It was all
Exactly.
intentional.
Thank you so much,
Speedrun
everyone.
scratch.
Thank you so much. I'll get that donation in a second. Get that now then.
We get the donation.
Jack of Hearts 189 donated $10. Born too early to explore the world. Born too late to see the galaxy. Born just in time to see Tim run Lotus Esprit live.
Thank you so much, Jack. And can I just say, this has been an honour and a privilege. This is actually my first in-person ESA run. And it has been an absolute honour to be here this week. I've been helping out in various areas and hosting and whatever. It's just been so amazing. Thank you so much. The amount of support and love that I feel from this community is absolutely amazing. So thank you all for your amazing donations. Thank you to Viper and Robo.
No problem.
Really appreciated, chaps. And yes, please keep those donations coming in for Save the Children. I do hope you enjoyed the run. Thank you so much indeed. And cheerio for now. Cheers.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.